Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of the Sandbox Love Podcast. I'm your host Ayola Matty. Let's talk ball. NCAA tournament, Elite Eight, Final Four. Um, if you watched last night's games, Duke and Florida both advanced to the Final Four. Um, the Duke game was the Duke game was entertaining for the first half. You know, man, I told Duke is deep. 3 or 4 potential NBA prospects. They go 6, 7 deep. Um, they really move the ball really well around the perimeter and inside with the two bigs. Um, man, just Duke just showed why they're a number one team and the favorite to win the tournament. Cooper Flagg had 17 points. Still not a huge Cooper Flagg game, but he definitely showed up last night. Proctor played well. Um, and Alabama's no slouch either. They shot the ball pretty well, but not like they did the previous game. Um, Sears was he played well as well, but he didn't have the game or the impact that he had the previous game. And I think defensively, Duke really showed up and locked down, especially on running the shooters off the line. Um, Alabama were run off the line constantly. Um, they were forced to play inside out. And I think that's not Alabama's strength, to be honest with you. I think their strength is shooting the ball, shooting the three ball efficiently. And both of those things did not occur last night. Duke did a great job of just playing lockdown defense. And the two bigs rebounded really well for Duke. Um, the other game, Florida against Texas Tech, it was a come from behind win for Florida. Uh, Florida needed that game. They needed that test, and Texas Tech really played well and really pushed Florida to the limit. To be honest with you, Florida, they have a closer. Clayton is that closer, man. He takes and makes big shots down the stretch, and he's not afraid of the moment. Um, I think Florida is going to be a tough out for Duke. But I think if Duke continues to move the ball the way that they're moving the ball, um, I think it's Duke all the way to the finals. Um, Michigan State plays this afternoon, I believe, against Auburn. Um, you know, my prediction is I'm going to go Michigan State. Tom Izzo is coaching up those kids. He has them playing really well, has them playing cohesively as a team. Um, I like Tennessee over Houston. Even though I have Houston advancing to the Final Four, I really like this Tennessee team. Um, they really play to their strengths. They play pretty good defense. And they have multiple players that could step up and take on a bigger role per game, right? So you can't key in on one or two guys, right? Different guys step up nightly, and I really like this Tennessee team. That Tennessee Houston game is really going to be an interesting game to watch this afternoon. Um, let's transition to the women's tournament now. Didn't I tell you? I told you. I told y'all. USC still has a game. They can still win a round. Even without Juju Watkins, you know, they could still win a round. They're still that talented. And Marshall, she really stepped up her game, in the absence of Juju Watkins. Marshall was a beast inside. She pretty much got whatever she wanted. She showed her versatility. She can hit that 15-footer. She can rebound the basketball as well. So Marshall was definitely the MVP for USC in last night's game. And another thing, another player that definitely stepped up and I think is the best, remaining player, individual player left in the tournament is Paige Becker. She went for a 40 ball last night against Oklahoma. That was definitely the game to watch. Paige Becker's midi is ridiculous. She gets whatever she wants in the mid range. Her mid range is pure. Um, she shot the ball really, really efficiently from the mid range last night. She was showing her full repertoire. She was shooting logo threes. She was shooting step backs. And after a while, her teammates were feeding her the ball. They recognized that she was in another zone, right? And they rolled the hot hand. And Paige Becker is the best player remaining in the tournament, and she definitely proved that and showed that last night. She showed up and showed out, definitely. Um, any other highlights? Okay, the Notre Dame versus TCU game, Hannah versus Van Leith. Hannah, she tried to get her lick back earlier on in the season. Notre Dame did lose to TCU. They lost to TCU again yesterday. Van Leaf, showed up and showed out again, scoring 21 points. She keeps on, rising as the occasion gets, as the occasion presents itself. She's really talented. She's a lefty. Um, she can go both left and right. She can shoot the three. She can shoot the mid range. Yeah, Van Leith showed up for her team, and TCU is definitely going to be a tough out in the next round. They reached the Elite Eight, I believe. South Carolina ended up beating Maryland 71-67. South Carolina continues to do it as a collective. Multiple players in double figures. It's just a typical Don Staley team, grit and grind. We're going to keep this thing moving. They've been tested the last two games by Indiana and Maryland now, right? Which, at the end of the day, just shows that you can play and win close games down the stretch. Other than that, it'll be interesting to see who makes the Final Four on the women's side. I still think USC is a dangerous team, even though they don't have Juju Watkins. And I think UCLA is going to have something to say about that as well, right? So I think it's really highly competitive on the women's side. And on the men's side, I got Dookies all the way. But again, it's just one man's opinion. Tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, share the content with a friend. Peace.